Hey friends, it's Poetic playing Subnautica Below Zero. I'd like to show you something, a recommendation I have for configuring your indoor planting beds and pots. So the Marblemelon does return in Subnautica Below Zero. I don't want to spoil it, but I think once you're about 40 to 50% of the way through the story, you will gain access to the Marblemelon. I recommend putting or growing Marblemelons in their own pots, and I also recommend growing this plant, Prestons Delight. I also recommend growing that in its own pot, but these wall pots, and I'll explain why in a second. The Marblemelon, you can pick it up, but in order to get seeds from it, you have to strike it with your knife, like that. Okay, and then you plant the seeds back in a pot. You get 4 seeds from one Marblemelon, and then, of course, you have these other 3 that you can eat, which is great for restoring your hydration and food. This is one of the biggest improvements in the game, the Preston's plant. Hang on just a second, I'm going to turn these markers off. There we go. Okay, so this seed, Preston's Delight, a Preston's plant will only ever grow 3 of these Preston's Delight seeds. So once you harvest these, it will never grow seeds again, and you're left with this. What the game doesn't tell you, it leaves you to figure out, is if you combine, this can be a little tricky to hit. There we go. Okay, I've got 2 of them. If you combine the fevered pepper, even an old one, or with a Preston's plant leaf, it will create this spicy fruit salad. This is the best food in the game. On the ice, it increases your body heat. It completely refills it, even if you're at the brink of death. It gives you 85 food, which is the best food value of anything in the game, and it gives you 30 water. So this 2 slot item combined with this 1 slot item, those 3 slots shrink down to a single storage unit. It is amazing. It's great. You can eat these Preston's Delight seeds, but really their use comes in growing these Preston's plants. So you can see here, I've already taken 2 cuts out of the Preston's plant. You can get 10 from a single plant. So here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then I just take one of these seeds and pop it back in that wall planter. And part of the reason I recommend the wall planter is it gets it up off the ground. You can see I've got some. You do not want to hit the fevered pepper trees with your knife. You will eventually destroy them, and they take forever to regrow. Another thing you need to know about the fevered pepper tree is they will only produce 6 of these fevered peppers at a time, but you get 10 of these Preston's leaves from the Preston's plant. So you want at least 2 fevered pepper trees growing at a time. So Marblemelons in their own pot, Preston's plant in a wall pot, and then this is the other configuration for your indoor plant. I recommend the fevered pepper tree and the Chinese potato in their own slot, in their own indoor beds. The reason is you will never need to use your knife on these items. If you do, you can accidentally destroy them. The other plants that you don't, I don't use them that much, but this shrub nut, you want this in its own pot. The shrub nut is incredibly useful because it adds 10 health. So when you get attacked by most animals, they'll take off 25 of your health. You just eat 3 of these and you're back. I believe this can grow, I want to say 8 shrub nuts at a time. I haven't counted. It's a significant number, but like the pepper trees, these shrubs take forever to grow. So I recommend planting horseshoe shrubs in at least 2 pots, particularly in dangerous areas where you're needing to replenish your health. It's easier to eat these things than to go out and harvest those creepy vines and come in and fabricate the first aid kits out of them. I found it much easier just to eat shrub nuts. These frost vase plants, they're not very useful, to be honest. You can combine them with salt to create iodine tablets, which when you combine the iodine tablets with snow, you get a plus 50 drinkable water. I've been wearing this suit, the still suit, and it just produces tons of these reclaimed water. Yeah, it subtracts 3 food when you drink the water. However, that only takes effect if your food level is below 100. Above 100, like you see now on the left hand side, it says my food value is at 124. I'm going to drink one of these, doesn't change it, which is great. These you do have to use a knife on. Yeah, right here also. So you hit it with a knife, you get a single frost phase seed. Yeah, I didn't find these very useful at all. It's easier just to wear the still suit. But that Preston salad, that is one of the biggest improvements in the game. This right here, to make this spicy fruit salad. The lantern tree does make a reappearance, but it is at the very, very end of the game, so it doesn't really matter that much unless you want to keep playing after you finish the game. I think that's it. That spicy fruit salad is your best food source. Thanks for watching.